Lupus, welcome to the nightly news syndicated across the sector. I'm coming to you live from, the TTGI station where I've been incarcerated for the last few months. How about you, Xavier? Under the advice of my lawyer, I continue to have no comment. Tonight, we also continue our investigation into free agent activity that I've been investigating. You got it. We also need to change the web captioner. Yeah.
Intro screen and just pretend we didn't start.
Wonderful technical issues.
Let's fix these captioning things and then we'll go back. Will you try refreshing the captions page on your side? I don't think that'll actually do anything, but
There you go.
test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Why do I have a donate link?
Audio fixed, apparently.
Thank you for that. Okay, I think I have a fix for the captions. Thanks, chat, for letting me know about that. I would not have known you couldn't have heard me.
Is the fix donating?
No, the fix is killing the browser link in the import and then redoing it. But
Well, there you go.
that okay. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go back to the intro screen. We're gonna pretend none of this happened, and we're gonna just start the show
Yeah.
over. And yeah.
All right,
Hey.
everybody, we hit the time machine.
I'll even play the intro stinger again. 1 second. Hello and welcome to Beacon Broadcast Tonight. I'm your host, Xavier.
Lupus, welcome to the nightly news syndicated across the sector. I'm coming to you live tonight from, TTGI station where I've been incarcerated for the past few months. How about you, Xavier?
I'm on board the BBTV Honesty tonight, currently located in orbit around Kirkduke, where our feature story is currently under investigation by our intrepid reporters. Other stories tonight include continuing to report on the pending litigation against my co-host, who continues to provide no comment. But maybe that changes tonight?
Well, under the advice of my lawyer, I continue to have no comment. Tonight, we also continue our investigation into free agent activity that I have been investigating while locked here on the station. News updates potentially to come, but first, here's a word from our sponsor, the New Eden Gene Bank. Be a better you.
Hopefully people can hear their ad. Just 1 second. Of course it didn't work.
Become healthier. Become stronger. Become smarter. Become better. At New Eden Gene Bank, we offer plans and opportunities for people like you who want to break their limits and rise to new heights. Visit your local branch today for a consultation. New Eden Gene Bank. Be a better you. Proud sponsors of BBTV.
And here are our headlines for tonight's news. Gang violence on Ingrid reaches a third week as locals ask, when will this end?
Titanium and Veldspar futures are up 16%, with local outfit Mineral reporting record-breaking quarterly figures.
Building up and shipping out, everyone's favorite reporter, Chaz Gusto Prime, returns tonight with their newest report.
Kirsten Cantor also makes an appearance tonight, bringing us a report from the recent exploration of the Lepides Pagoo.
A third ritualistic murder has been reported within Hab 2 of the TTGI station. Officials have not confirmed a serial killer, but have not ruled it out of their investigations.
In addition, the Darien Agricultural Consortium have issued a condemning report against the exploratory fleets of the Starlit Court, claiming that an overly eager and reckless pace is the reason behind their halted progress and extended repairs while remaining at anchor in System 54.
The Board for Exploration and Colonialization of Uninhabited Systems is formed by the assembled Commonwealth, with more details to come later in our broadcast. But our top story tonight, a tragedy in Vizgaz, also known as the Jellyfish City, as the robo-racing Kirkduke Grand Prix was brought to a grinding halt.
Yes, it's unfortunately true. If officials have put out the word looking for any information on a man captured in security footage who is allegedly attempted to murder the elder Sir Nabspun, a part owner of Team Spinny and father to a robo-racing Class 1 racer who is participating in the same event.
Anyone with information pertaining to this man pictured is requested to provide comment. Jade at Braid. Oh, excuse me. It is believed that the suspect entered the Grand Prix as a contractor of the gambling ombudsman. Is that correct, Lupus?
Is Ombudsman.
Ombudsman. But as soon entered restricted areas in their assassination attempt of Sir Napsman. The race scene was quickly aborted with the stadium being closed and law enforcement taking control of the scene.
Jade Braden, another racer at the event representing Team Gem, was interviewed during her egress. She said, quote, "It was really scary. I could have died and that would not have been very shibbery. Don't they know that I have a magazine shoot tomorrow?" End quote.
We'll bring you more updates as we have them, but for now we urge anyone with information on the individual pictured, as mentioned, to approach BBTV and your local law enforcement organizations. And with that, welcome to our show, for real this time, without audio issues or captioning issues. I am Xavier Stordes, also known on the Discord as Lichmaster98, and the host of Unrestricted Lorefare's Beacon Space Faction Turns, and the lore stream that we're in the middle of now, along with my co-host here, Calbrecht. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Lupus Calbrecht. I'm a moderator for Unrestricted Lawfare, and I run the Free Agents RPG.
And we thank you for attending our intro here, and we'll be getting into some of these top stories tonight in our, monthly lore streams. If you don't know what's going on, or what Unrestricted Lorefare and Beacon Space is, here's a quick update. Unrestricted Lorefare is a RPG and lore creation community on a Discord server that you're welcome to join. !Discord in the chat will get you a link where you can become a member of one of the factions in our world. These factions affect the highest level of our political strata. They see the influence and the struggle between them that plays out in the faction turn at our monthly stream, where we, I roll some dice and update spreadsheets. And Calbrecht here has been starting to run games set in the Penumbra, which is the stratum of society found just underneath the level of the faction turn, where individuals with extracting needs can ask for agents to get the job done. Hopefully you saw our premiere last week of the first recorded episode of the Free Agents campaign, and we'll actually have a new episode coming out tomorrow. If you're interested in playing, you can join the Discord server and hop on in, and we'd love to have you.
With our plugs out of the way, we can dive into the announcements and other media that factions have given us to help explain their mechanical actions in the faction turn, the story that goes along with it, the lore that the mechanics has generated. And we have some submissions from 3 of our factions here for this stream that help to explain some of the events that are happening within the wider Beacon Space universe.
We're going to get started with that report from Chaz Gusto Prime right now. Let's take a listen into his audio report, where the transcript can be found off to the side.
This report has been made possible by the New Eden Gene Bank. Be a better you. Visit your local branch for a consultation. Hello, Beacon Space. This is Chaz Gusto Prime, rested and rejuvenated from my Icaros trip. I thank Trey Grin for reporting on my behalf while I was away. Since our last report, listeners, construction on Tellus has been progressing at a roaring clip. The unveiling of a newly renovated governor's office on Tellus occurred earlier this very week. The property, formerly abandoned, had been under reconstruction since the appointment of Administrator Cardinal Blanche. Vain architects, drawing inspiration from architectural forms of old Tellus cultural remnants, incorporated local designs into a new hybridized style dubbed the Tellus Simul. The building features many modern amenities for its staff as well as a public auditorium for speeches and other media events. At the center of the office is an immaculate Heliocytus garden dedicated to the Administrator Cardinal Blanche's late pathos laurel time. In other news, Tellus has been experiencing record-breaking traffic in recent days, a phenomenon I myself experienced firsthand on my trip home, with many curious and interesting people and vessels from all across the sector flowing in. An influx of Mosai tourists were noted by travel authorities this cycle, no doubt taking advantage of the lower transportation costs to enjoy that revitalized Tellus culture and hospitality. Meanwhile, an influx of Tahora Fai affiliated ships in the skies above Tellus has prompted concern from many citizens. Representatives of the local port authority had this to say, quote, Silent Night Cargo is proud to announce that the arrival of the Flugafli Klika into the system, known more colloquially as the Flycatchers, the Flugafli Klika, is a well-respected fleet among the Tahora Fai, embodying the highest ideals of our culture. As a Fai-owned and operated business, we are excited to partner with our cousins to ensure safe and secure shipping throughout the center system. End quote. With all of this recent activity, the governing office has started drawing up plans to expand the starport over the next few years. Now for an update on our TTGI story from the previous cycle. With the newly built governing offices, information on the secret TTGI Tellus Government Cooperative Project has been sparse, listeners, but reporters in the field have managed to get first-hand accounts of the project site. There have been reports of large-scale anti-gravity equipment, large curved spires, and drone workforces out in what can be charitably described as the middle of nowhere. Eyewitness accounts describe these constructs as gargantuan, many-fingered hands reaching up into the heavens. Observers also spotted Bioshell Infantry Division HIMN assisting with security and construction around the site. This quiet project is moving at warp speed with the combined efforts and influence of the TTGI and the local government. But why the secrecy? Do they have the well-being of Tellus in mind, listeners? We here at the studio will get to the bottom of the story, and we will do everything to bring that story to you. And that concludes our sector report for this cycle. There has been a lot of hustle, bustle, and travel, and exciting mystery lately. Here's to hoping that it all leads to a bright and prosperous future. This has been Chaz Gusto Prime, blipping out.
Thank you for your reporting, Chaz. It's great to see you back and kicking again. We did appreciate having Trey Gren and all of your substitute hosts reporting on your behalf when you're either on vacation or taking a medical break. It's always great to see the latest reporting from the children of the vein. We thank them for their contribution to this report.
Chaz, your reports are always so great and better than Calbrecht's.
That is what the notes off on the side of the from our director do say, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what the market research shows. Yeah, I don't know. Chaz is the perfect reporter.
Well, coming up next, we get to have a report from Kirsten Kanta that I'll be delivering on her behalf. Hello, this is Kirsten Kanto reporting from in orbit around the newly rediscovered planet, giving the temporary designation of Planet Q. While the story has been developing for a while, with the Lepidus Pagu's first long-term expedition having uncovered promising signs of a previously unknown planetoid in the region designated as 1307, further investigation by members of the fleet led to the rediscovery of the planet below. Due to many unknowns about the planet, members of the Syndicate leadership instructed the Lochagos of the fleet to keep information about the new discovery contained on a need-to-know basis. Now that the Lepidus Pegu Falcons have begun to take stock of the planet and its dangers, setting up a preliminary scouting encampment a safe distance away from one of the identified local cities, Syndicate leadership have deemed it acceptable to share word of this discovery with the wider public. Preliminary scouting efforts from Falcons show reports of a chilled world, though by no means as frigid as Gome. Early readings indicate that the planet likely has a fairly significant seasonal shifts, which may indicate variations in wildlife throughout the year. As such, the Syndicate is inviting interested hunters to apply to spend time on planet, assessing the world for potential dangers and benefits over a longer period of time than the surveying is scheduled for the Lepidus Pagu. Interested parties should contact their local syndicate representative. The world is not without its own dangers, though. Meeting with local populations have been tense at times, likely due to the time since they last reconnected with the sector at large. There are also reports of ruined structures scattered across the landscape, potentially a sign of something larger, or older, at play on this world. But really, that just adds to the excitement of a trip here. This has been Kirsten Cantor's report, which we thank, from reporting from the Agumala Syndicate around Planet Q.
Always exciting to hear information about the fringes of our sector being explored.
That is, I think the next destination of the BBTV Honesty is making its way out towards one of the newly discovered sectors. I believe, was it the Tahora Fai who have recently created a sector, rediscovered the sector of Nusantara with the planet Puluhan? I believe
That's true, yeah.
some research perhaps out that way will be next on the ship's itinerary.
Wuhan is an interesting and exciting destination, which one day I hope to visit if I am ever freed from my prison. If you do go, please send pictures so that I can replace the screens that pretend to be my windows with fresh images.
I will do so. Perhaps we could ask reporter of Kirsten for additional information from the planet designated as Planet Q as well.
Yeah, or maybe Chaz Gusto Prime can give me more prize-winning images.
I'm sure we'll be able to find something for you to refresh your fake windows with. We thank the
I
Agumala
appreciate that.
Syndicate for their report.
I
And
think
with that,
next up, we have a report from the Assembled Commonwealth, who have recently expanded their influence base within the sector, and they have a report to explain such events. They say the Assembled Commonwealth is proud to announce today the formation of the Board for Exploration and Colonization of Uninhabited Systems, or BECUS. BECUS will lead the Commonwealth's endeavour to fully study and eventually colonize systems with little or no significant signs of civilization. For the last few months, BECUS has been stationed in the Astana system to test its effectiveness, and the results they produced have exceeded all expectations. Due to their excellent work, we have prioritized the construction of a state-of-the-art space station in orbit around Peleus, which will have finished Phase 1 of construction by the time this announcement has been released. This new space station will serve as the headquarters for BCUS and as a nexus for Commonwealth operations in the Astana system and beyond. The station is to be named Brahms Core, after the head director of BCUS, Jocelyn Brahms, whose leadership, organizational skills, and diligence greatly contributed to the high quality of BCUS work. Well, with the announcements finished, we'll go into greater detail about BCUS, how you can help colonize Peleus, and the discoveries made on the planet. The role of BCUS is to explore newly discovered worlds, to establish habitability, and identify valuable resources that warrant a full-scale colonization. BCUS will aid in the colonization process by handling duties such as security and trade, so the colonies can focus on their development. As part of its responsibilities, BCUS is announcing the foundation of the Colonial Volunteers Program, or CVP. The CVP will initiate a Commonwealth-wide program to search for citizens that possess the attributes and skills for a burgeoning colony. Commonwealth citizens should expect these volunteer centres to open in following months. However, the CVP is not just limited to the Commonwealth, but will accept applicants from throughout Beacon space, the only requirement being the renunciation of any previous citizenship and replacing it with Commonwealth citizenship. The discoveries on Peleus have exceeded all expectations, with Jocelyn Brahms describing Peleus as a, quote, world ripe for colonization, end of quote. There is no sign of an established settlement or claim, though the evidence of previous habitation has been found. It's believed to have been abandoned for well over a century. The environment is pleasant, requiring only basic filtration masks to walk on the surface. Most of the planet consists of a temperate climate suitable for most species. The plant life is bountiful, and the ecosystem seems capable of plentiful food production, and even shows potential of becoming a major agrarian settlement. In addition, the wildlife shows sign of advanced genetic manipulation, seemingly to enable the biosphere to function within the planet's atmosphere. Researchers have already declared the discovery could advance genetic research in the Commonwealth by decades. Overall, BCUS and the Assembly believe that the colonization of Peleus should be prioritized so that the Commonwealth may benefit from the planet as soon as possible. To that end, the Five of Finance has directed additional funds to BCUS to aid in the colonization efforts and the recruitment drive for new colonists. It is the hope of all in the Assembly that the colonization of Peleus goes well, so that we may see another planet join our Commonwealth. Furthermore, we hope that the citizens both in and outside the Commonwealth will support us by going to your local volunteer centre to inquire about becoming a colonist, or by donating to the BCUS Peleus Colonial Fund.
It's good to see some good news coming out of the assembled Commonwealth, given their recent reports of almost a civil war beginning to take place, or potentially brewing up. It's glad to see that they are still able to come together and support a very telling initiative.
Signing up for the Peleus CVP might allow me to escape my prison, but we shall see.
It would require you to change your citizenship.
Do you even know where I'm from?
I'm sure it's somewhere in the administrative documents, but not off the top of my head.
Do you remember my eye colour? How long have we
We
been anchors together?
Far too long. Yeah, far too long.
We will discuss this off broadcast.
Fair enough. Perhaps it's time for another short ad break before we continue on with our reporting.
Feeling a little stressed? Want to relax? Come to Cardicook. We've got everything you need.
We thank the Commonwealth of Mutual Disdain, for providing us with an updated advertisement for a journey to Karkaduk, the planet I'm currently in orbit of. But while I'm here, we did get, continuing in their tradition, a belated response to a previous question by one of our reporters on the TTGI as to what people on Karkaduk do to relax. We've been told they take advantage of the activity that is called Slimlach, which is a game that was invented by a curious Quatel that involves a fancy piece of technology that helps create a minutized area where the pressure of water could be changed in small sectors by moving it to another sector. He placed it into a small container and brought some slime that had yet to been found a safe use for and made them into little balls. By altering some of their forms just a little, they would change colors and would no longer merge with the original slime that it came from. Using all of this, he created Slimachel? I forget how I pronounced that the first time. The original container that was originally just a box has evolved into many types of arenas that have made it into various shapes, as long as they did not exceed with the technology's volume per energy involved. It is played from just 2 players up to a very large number, usually involving multiple units to make it work. The players alter the water pressures in order to get the slime moving fast or slow, trying to be the last one with multiple slimes in the arena at the end. Lots of techniques have been created in order to mess with other players and to keep you in the game.
Thought about turning professional in Slamachel, but it turns out that I do not suit completely underwater environments.
Can't imagine why that would be. Alternatively, though, have you considered going professional in robo racing, I believe? That's right, it's been a few months since you've been able to make it to the casino and take part in the amateur league, hasn't it?
That's true. That's true. As soon as I'm out, I will be signing up. Go Team Spinny.
Go Team Spinny. Can't tell you how much money I've lost placing bets on them, but that's neither here nor there.
It's gonna be his season eventually. I know he's come last in the last 5 years, but they'll get there. The other teams are cheating.
Perhaps the sponsorship of the new Eden Gene Bake will help him out, as Spinny himself is sponsored by BBTV, isn't he?
Indeed, yes. Yeah, we do sponsor.
Fair enough. I believe you have our feature report this evening, though.
I do. I have a report on free agent activity that I've been investigating over my time incarcerated on TTGI. And swapping to out of character, I have some information about free agents. Over the last month, we have ran 7 different free agent sessions, and our agents participating have had various degrees of success on their missions, some going very well, some going disastrously. And speaking of our agents, in our 7 sessions, we've had 14 unique players who have participated in at least one session each, with, I believe, 1 player has managed to participate in 6 out of the 7 sessions that we've run. And they've talked, hacked, fought, and ran through missions, and they've played. In total, we've had 26 hours of free agents. So for the month of June, we have had over a full day's worth of Cypher System RPG being run. It's been very fun and enjoyable.
It's been
We've
great
had,
to listen in.
yeah, we've had quite the variety of dramatic things happen. But for this month, our luckiest character award goes to Whittle Marrow Yottle, who is a diplomat and kind of a face kind of character. And they have had at least 1 natural 20 in every single session that they've participated in, which is multiple sessions.
Including the one that just happened.
Including the one that we did just before this broadcast. And our unluckiest character award goes to Sir Frederick Ziegler, who had 5 natural 1s on a d20 in a single session. To find out the results of those natural 20s and natural 1s and what happened in the missions, keep an eye out for the Unrestricted Lawfare Twitch page, where we are now, and our YouTube channel as sessions get broadcast and then uploaded as VODs. The first episode, The Great Ferry Heist, is already available, and tomorrow at 1 p.m. EDT, a new episode will premiere on this channel. If you'd like to watch along, you can watch here or wait until it goes up on YouTube and view it there.
I believe
If
it's
you would like,
Asteroid Anomaly
sorry.
that's premiering tomorrow.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Asteroid Anomaly is the episode that's going up. Our agents get involved in a dispute over some asteroids mining rights. Keep an eye out for that one. If you'd like to participate and maybe join in and become a free agent yourself and participate in a session, first, if you haven't already, you can join our Discord, which you can find linked below the Twitch channel, in chat, on the YouTube. Anyone is welcome to join the Unrestricted Lawfare Discord and start participating in Beacon Space. And then once you are on the Discord, there is a sign-up sheet where you can sign up to be a free agent. You'll be accepted into the channels and be able to sign up for sessions in the scheduling area there. Anyone who does sign up, I look forward to seeing you there, and I hope that I can run a game for you soon.
Great. Can't wait for the continuing missions of free agents as we take a look at what all they can find in the world of the Penumbra. And I think we'll be getting to see more of their reports show up in our lore streams as we see how their actions affect perhaps the news perception or just the world at large. Well, Kabrak, do you have anything else for today?
That's all of the reports that I've prepared for this month. We'll have some more for the next lore stream, I am sure. Speaking of which, do we have some dates that we can confirm for July coming up?
Yeah, that's correct. We've got a new free agent premiere tomorrow, which we just mentioned, and then there will be one about a week from today on July 3rd. That'll premiere at around the same time. The aim for the start time is going to be somewhere between noon and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, or I guess Eastern Daylight Time, excuse me. So UTC -4 at the moment. And then the sessions last slightly under 4 hours. So that's the setup. And then the next faction turn, which I'll be running, takes place on July 10th. We didn't want to interfere with the US July 4th holiday on the 4th, so putting the stream on the 3rd seemed slightly unfair to that crowd, especially considering the fact that I'm from the US, and while I don't have any plans, I'd prefer not to have to be worrying about a stream over a holiday weekend. Just tends to work out better. So the next stream will be the 10th, so deadlines are corresponding to the week beforehand for faction reps to get any turn trades and their orders into me well in advance of that. The next lore stream will be sometime in July. The date has still yet to be determined, but it'll be at least a week after, if not 2 weeks after the faction turn stream. We should have confirmation of those dates coming up within the next couple of days, and you can find those on our Discord server. With that, I think have a good evening, everyone. I don't think we have any other news to report this evening. We thank you for attending the Beacon Broadcast Tonight production, and I guess this is Xavier Stortis signing off for tonight.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for your submissions. Thank you for watching, either live on Twitch or people in the future watching on the VODs. Thank you very much for participating and being here for Beacon Space. I've been Lupus Kelbrecht, your BBTV anchor, signing off for today.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll catch you next time.